Hello, hello. This is PamelaTopjian, and today I'm going to talk about connections, friendships, and loneliness. Why adult friendships are hard or can be hard, and how to build better ones. So, how important are your friendships in your life? Do you have people that you feel like you have a true connection with, or do you sometimes feel lonely? Let's talk about it. So, why do friendships matter? In a video that I did on happiness, I'll link it below, I mentioned a famous Harvard study that ran over 80 years, and the results were really kind of amazing. In those results, they found out that friendships and human connection is not only important for overall happiness, but also vital for your mental health and longevity. So, a pretty amazing study. And it's not about the number of friends that you have, but the quality of your connections. So, I don't think that surprises anybody. So, I think at this stage of life, I am almost 60, and it's kind of important to pause and reflect on the connections and the friendships that you have. So, think about, or even a good journal prompt. Um, and I laugh because I always talk about journaling and I've started posting journaling prompts. But reflect on, what do you value in a friendship? And do you have somebody that you can share everything with? Someone that you can laugh with, someone that you feel you can lean on, and somebody that you feel truly understood by. This reflection does go both ways, though. Are you being the kind of friend that you would like to have? Something to really think about. So, the challenges with adult friendships, many people, especially in midlife and beyond, like I just said, talk about how hard it is to make new friends. There's a discussion that I've been hearing the past year or so about letting old friendships go that have turned toxic, or ones that you're just now realizing as you reflect that not just turned toxic, but always were. Both are hard to realize and to think about, but it's necessary for your mental health and your overall well-being. At the same time, it's worth remembering that our friends may be going through their own struggles. So there's this saying that we hear a lot: you find out who your real friends are in a crisis. I don't like that, because while you're going through some tough times and you might not hear from a certain friend or a certain friend group, you need to understand that they may also be going through something. And it's so hard to give your energy to a friend that's going through something really tough when you are also going through something really tough. It's so hard to reach out and do that. If you're in a space that you're don't even have the energy for yourself, it's so hard to give to others. So extend some grace to your friends and family and loved ones if they're not reaching out to you and you're going through something tough. Please don't assume that they don't care if they're not checking in with you. And, maybe check in with them. If there's somebody that you keep thinking about that, I wonder why they're not reaching out to me, or I'm surprised that so and so hasn't asked me about whatever it is, reach out to them and say, hey, how are you doing? You don't have to do a whole big long text, or bring them down with whatever it is you're going through. Ask them. Be genuinely a loving, caring friend, right? And ask them how they're doing. If you're going through something really tough and you don't even have the energy to do that, don't expect that they might also be feeling that same way. So in making new connections, we've all heard the common advice of, join a class or a group, whatever your interests are. Try an exercise class, an art class, maybe a class of something that you want to learn, that you've always wanted to learn about. There's like belly dancing, there's instruments you can play, or even geology or history or something. Just join a class. You might make some connections. You can volunteer, get involved with a cause that you care about. You'll meet people that are also have the same concern and are also passionate about whatever that cause is. You can even invite a friend to join you. Not only will this deepen your existing friendships, but increase the chance that you'll keep showing up for the volunteer work if you have a friend that's going with you. And remember, it doesn't have to be forever. So if a group or an activity isn't right for you, it's not a lifelong commitment. It doesn't hurt to just try it out. So when you're meeting new friends or spend time with some of your friends, pay attention to how you feel. This is a real good indicator for you. Do you leave feeling warm and just like a warm and fuzzy feeling when you leave them? Do you feel energized or inspired? Not like in an anxious or drained way. Or do you leave feeling less than rather than like an equal friendship? Do you feel like you can be your full self in front of somebody, or do you worry about being judged? When you open up, is it met with compassion and understanding? Those are the kinds of things to think about and reflect on after you have spent time with somebody, even if it's a phone call, a Zoom call, or you've actually went somewhere with them. So it's important. I already mentioned this, but staying connected. Friendship isn't one-sided. If you're waiting for an invitation, why not reach out instead? Just a simple text. Hey, I miss visiting with you. When can we get together again? That might be all that's needed. But also, if there's something that you want to do, it can help when reaching out to a friend or a new potential friend to offer a couple options, and that sort of respects their time and their schedule. This not only shows thoughtfulness, but helps you to learn about your friend, what your friend enjoys doing or what they might be interested in doing in the future. And don't be afraid to be honest if something isn't right for you. It's good to step out of your comfort zone, but also be mindful of protecting your mental health as well. So loneliness doesn't come from being alone. So it's not just a matter of going out and doing anything and everything to be with people, just to spend time with people. That's not the same at all. You can be lonely in a crowd, and probably a lot of you watching and listening know this, but it comes from feeling like you're not understood or feeling like you don't belong. That's mainly where loneliness comes from. And that's a big part of why friendships are so important. So just some final thoughts. Take some time to journal about what friendship means to you. Reflect on what's working and what isn't, and where you'd like to deepen those connections. Journal on how you are showing up as a friend. And I'll link the video to happiness down below, and with the resources about the Harvard study and an interview with Dr. Robert Waldinger, I think is his name, and he explains the findings from this research. So that was fascinating. That one's kind of long, but it's really fascinating if you're interested in hearing more about that. So please share this out. Let's continue to grow and learn together. And thank you so much for being here and sharing in this time and space with me.